In this chapter, we learn how to analyze the financial statements of a company. Our purpose is to identify its strengths and weaknesses based on financial measures. We'll compare our company to what's typical for its industry, that is, to other companies in the same industry. We use financial ratios rather than dollar values to control for scale effects, differences in size. These are the balance sheets for our company for the last 2 years. These are the income statements for our company for the last 2 years. We will calculate a series of financial ratios for our company, then compare them to the industry averages, which are shown in green. By the way, the industry averages are arithmetic medians rather than means. Most economic statistics are medians rather than means to avoid the distorting effects of outliers. The first attribute that we'll examine is the ability of the company to pay its short-term debts. This is referred to as liquidity. MD has $3.3 in current assets for each dollar of short-term bills. The average, however, is 3.6. Since a higher ratio indicates greater liquidity, we would say our company's current ratio is slightly below average. Current assets are assets that you expect to convert into cash within a year. Current liabilities represent the bills you have to pay within a year. A second liquidity ratio is the quick ratio. It's found by taking current assets minus inventories over current liabilities. For our company, our quick ratio is 1.4. The industry average is 1.6. Again, a higher value indicates greater liquidity, so we look a little weak compared to the industry average. Another measure that is used to examine the quality of the receivables is days sales outstanding. For our company, the days sales outstanding is 45.6 days, while the industry average is 30 days. Days sales outstanding is the average amount of time it takes us to collect. Since we want to collect more quickly, a lower value indicates greater quality of receivables. In this particular case, we take over 15 days longer than the average firm, so this suggests our receivables are weaker in quality than average. A similar measure that reflects the quality of the inventories is days sales in inventories. For our particular company, our days sales in inventories is over 86 days, while the average for the industry is 63 days. Days sales in inventories is how long an inventory item sits in stock before it's sold. Obviously, we would like to move our inventory items more quickly, so a lower value here is better. Since we take over 23 days longer than average to move our inventories, this appears as a financial weakness. It suggests the quality of our inventories is weak. What is our summary assessment of MD's liquidity? Not good. The current and quick ratios are slightly below average, but more importantly, MD takes much too long to collect and its inventories sit in stock much too long. Try the following problem for MD Corporation. The next group of ratios that we examine are called asset management ratios. They may be also called activity or efficiency ratios. They basically examine how much activity management generates for the size of the company. The first ratio in this group is inventory turnover. Inventory turnover is cost of goods sold divided by inventories. We use cost of goods sold as our measure of activity rather than sales because inventories are expressed on a cost basis. So we want to express sales on a cost basis. Our company generates $4.2 in sales expressed at cost per dollar of inventories. The average company generates $6 in sales expressed at cost per dollar of inventories. Since we want to generate as much activity per dollar of inventories as possible, we would like this ratio to be higher. Since we're well below the industry average, this reflects a very unfavorable comparison. This could be due to insufficient activity, or it could also be due to excessive inventories. A second ratio in this group is fixed assets turnover. It's found by taking sales divided by net fixed assets. In this particular case, our company's fixed asset turnover is equal to the industry average. An issue here is the age of our fixed assets. If our fixed assets are the same age as that of our competitors, then this is a fair comparison. However, companies with fixed assets that are older than average will be more depreciated, which will produce lower book values for fixed assets and can falsely inflate this ratio. Another ratio in this group is total asset turnover, sales over total assets. Our company generates $1.5 in sales per dollar of total assets, while the average company generates $1.8. This, again, is an unfavorable comparison. We would like to generate as much sales per dollar of total assets as possible. Day sales outstanding is also considered an efficiency ratio. It reflects the collection efforts of management. We average collecting in 45.6 days, while the average company averages collecting in 30 days. So day sales outstanding not only reflects the quality of receivables as a liquidity ratio, it also reflects the efficiency of management in collections. What is our assessment of the efficiency of MD's management? We learned earlier that days sales in inventories was long or slow, and that causes inventories to be higher. And we also noticed that days sales outstanding is longer than average, and that contributes to the overinvestment in receivables. And these appear to be the two weaknesses in the efficiency of management. So all of these ratios are somewhat interconnected. Try the following problem for the prior year.